Look at this. It's only been about a week since I last shot a video of this. It's sunk further because that eventually is going to fall down. Now, before I decide to do anything, what's my next course of action? Well, I'm going to go underneath the house, and I've got my extension cord, and I've got another extension cord set up. I've got my construction light here, and I'm going to drag that back down there so that I can take pictures. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to take pictures of this here, and I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to take pictures of this entire area, as well as underneath the stairs, and showing the stucco that's underneath here that's been pre-painted and everything, and the holes that I cut in. I want all that for documentation in case I need to use it. If we go back to the owners, maybe we can be nice and we can meet with them and show them the pictures of areas, show them what we found at the building department. I'll go over that on another video. This first thing right now on our findings of what we actually found on this area, was it permitted or not? What's courses of action can we take at this point? Before I concern myself with that, I'm going to get back down under there. So I want a record of all this stuff before I start pulling up the floor. Obviously, once I pull this up, I'll probably take another picture of that for the top surface, and then I'll have all the pictures of the downstairs surface before we even disturb this too. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay, well, I've done my deed downstairs. I've taken pictures. I've also taken pictures up here, both directions, this way and down the stairs up this way. And what's the next step? Well, you probably should get a licensed contractor, general contractor, to come over here and give you a cost estimate, give you a breakdown of how much the work is going to cost. And better yet, you might want to get 2 different bids in case they're off too far or something like that. In case you want to build up a case to take it to small claims court, or take it to your attorney, take it to the owner, the previous owner, take it to the realtors who did your closing for you, who maybe they can help you out from that realtor to the buyers, and to our realtor to the seller's realtor, and all that kind of stuff. And that way you've got what kind of costs are involved, you know? Now, once you've done that, now you have to have a come to Jesus moment. Are you going to pursue this or not? Do you think you have the expertise in taking this tile out, replacing this, and having some friends come over and help you rebuild this portion of the deck, shore up the stairs? Like I was telling you, I think the stairs are still savable underneath there, and maybe not do anything at all and chalk it up as a learning experience, that you should have had this checked a little bit closer during closing costs? Or do you want to move forward? You know, if this whole deck, remember I looked underneath there, and this whole section of deck right here is fine. Okay, all the way through here, this is all fine. And they have a wall built underneath here. It's stuccoed on the other side, so I know, and I've made the determination. I went down to the building department, found out, in fact, that this section over here was not permitted with the initial building project. There was a rail that was going across here, and then the previous owner decided to build this on their own. So I know it wasn't done with the building permit, but I think, and I know, I feel confident that I can take care of all this stuff, and for a minimal amount. Yes, probably going to go back to the previous owner and ask for material costs only. And if I provide all the labor myself, it's not going to cost me anything. I'm not going to have to pay anybody. And in turn, I'm going to be able to make videos of it, put it on my channel, and show them to you, and show you how I'm going to go across here, how I'm going to to take care of this area. I've already figured out how, once I rebuild this, how I'm going to protect the floor from rain and snow and the outside conditions without having to pull up all of this tile here. I may have to pull up these 4 tiles right in here, but in order to tie that, I feel confident I've got a way to do that. And I want to show you what I'm going to do step by step. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what we've decided to do, is that I'm going to take care of this whole repair situation on my own, make videos of it, show you everything along the way, okay? And then at the end, depending how much the material is going to cost and so forth and so on, we may decide to go back to the previous owner. We may end up deciding, hey, all is well in the big world, and we're going to take care of the costs on our own. Now the cost, you know, all these tiles, if I can save all these tiles, there's not going to be any cost for that. There's going to be a cost to rebuild the section of deck underneath here. I've got to tear it all down, and that's, you know, that's my labor. That's not going to cost me much. I've got the Sawzall, I've got the tools, I've got all that kind of stuff. I just have to be careful with that. So I'm going to have the 2x6s and the 2x6 floor joists that go across here, in the perimeter, some joist hangers, some joist hanger nails, some framing nails, and some OSB plywood that's got to fit down through here. I don't know what size that is yet, maybe 3/4 inch or something. I've got a column here down below that I have to take the dry rot OSB off of, so I probably got some 1/2 inch OSB down there, and I'm going to have plenty of 2x6s to shore up the stairs and the stair stringers that hold up the stairs and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got to do something about a flooring membrane here, and that's pretty much it on my material costs. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably do something about the stairs. I've got an idea how to make those more weatherproof. These are just wood 4x12s, and you know, the water comes down off the stucco there, and it goes down underneath right there. There's cracks here. Well, all the water goes down through the stucco and goes down. I've got a way that I can fix that. Okay, so you stay along with me on all the different videos I'm going to make, and hopefully it'll show you how to do some repairs on yourself. It may just entertain you. Maybe you're a shut-in and you just want to watch this instead of TV. Well, I'm going to provide the videos for you to do that as well. Now, at first glance, when you see all the stuff that was done that was damaged by the water and stuff, you see all this stuff, you think, my word, how are you going to do this? Well, my question to you is, how do you eat an elephant? Yeah, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's how I'm going to look at this project. I'm not going to look at the entire project as one big, huge, massive headache of a project that I dread to do. I'm going to take this into several mini projects. Mini as in M-I-N-I, mini projects. One mini project, the very first mini project is going to be to remove these tiles. Now I'm going to remove these tiles carefully, and I'll probably stack them up in here and maybe take a picture. I'll probably take a couple pictures so I know where the notched out tiles are going to go and so forth. Okay, then I can look at the next mini project as to being careful and cutting out the plywood floor, being careful with that so that I can get a ladder down in there and start taking some of the 2x6s out, cutting that out. That's my next mini project, is doing that. Getting this all open and exposed to the air so I can get some air down in there. And then my next project after that is going to be to scrape off all of the remaining mold, the fungus issues and stuff underneath the stairs and on the 2x6s down there, and anything else like that down there. Another mini project is, remember I told you there was some termite damage, and I don't think it's termites. I think it's wood boring beetles or something like that down in this area along this wall right in here. That'll be a mini project. and then going to the store, making a list, buying the 2x6s, and getting ready to frame this and getting all that material back here. That'll be a mini project. And then I've got to treat. Somehow I got to treat after I scrape off the fungus and stuff underneath these stairs and all the yellow junk and the white mold stuff down there. That's going to be a little project, and then I'll have to figure out how to treat that. That'll be a separate project. So I'm going to break all of this up into small little mini projects. So when you look at it, you think, well, hey, you know, Joe showed me how to take these tiles out. Well, I think I could do that, and I think I could do the next and the next and the next. Stuff that you think you can't do, you can get somebody out here to help you. You can show them these videos. You can, at the end of the whole project, you can say, you know what, Joe, thanks, but no thanks. If I ever have an issue like this, I'm going to call a contractor and get them out here. But you know what, contractor, if we were going to replace the stairs and the stringers and take this tile up and replace all of that stuff and shore everything up and waterproof this old area and put everything down and reseal the stairs or install new stairs and stringers and repaint it and caulk it and secure it and all that, I don't know. I'm just going to put a guesstimate out there of $8,000. Maybe it would cost even more. But if I were to get a couple different bids, I know if I do it myself, I can do it for way less, because there's not going to be any overhead and profit on the job. There's not going to be any labor costs on the job. The only cost is going to be material, right? And so maybe you decide, hey, after this, geez, do I want to save $5,000 and do it myself and just spend maybe $1,000 for material or $1,500 for material or whatever? Maybe that's the way you want to go. So you can decide. You are the boss. You decide what you want to do. And homeowners, they can do repairs on their own. You don't have to be a contractor in order to do that, but if you're going to start rebuilding stuff, you're going to have to know how to rebuild stringers and decide how you're going to do this, whether or not, how you're going to take these out without damaging the stucco, how you're going to build something up there exactly to fit the other 4x12s stair treads in there and the risers and all that without messing up all the stucco and all that kind of stuff. All these types of things you have to take into consideration on this project. You be the boss, you decide. So because I decided this is what Joe wants to do, my first bit of work that I have to do, my first mini project is going to be removing these tiles.